Good morning, everyone. This morning, as we continue to celebrate the Christmas season, we are going to focus on the joy that can be found as we prepare to celebrate the birth of Jesus. And joy is a little bit different than just being happy. Joy is choosing to trust God even when you don't have all of the answers. And joy is choosing not to be anxious or upset, but instead having the confidence in God that everything will be all right. Joy is the intentional choice to praise and trust God in every situation in our lives. And we can have joy trusting and praising God in all situations because God has a good plan for our lives. Psalms chapter 16, verse 11 reminds us that you, God, make known to me the plans of life. You will fill me with joy in your presence. At your right hands are pleasure forevermore. And even when our plans change, even when things are going a different way than we expected to, things are still being worked together in our lives for good because it is part of God's plan. And this kind of reminds me of last night when I was making chocolate chip cookies and I was following a recipe, I was following a plan. But as I was doing that, I made a mistake. I accidentally put in peppermint extract instead of vanilla extract, and I thought that my cookies were going to be awful. I thought that my plan was ruined because my plans had changed. The recipe I was following wasn't working out anymore. But I decided to still bake my cookies and I tried them and they actually turned out really good. They turned out not so bad at all. And see, in our lives, many of us try to follow a plan, a recipe, but sometimes things change, and it's kind of like when I added the peppermint into my cookies instead of the vanilla. It was a change that I didn't mean to happen, I didn't really want to happen, but it still happened. And so even though sometimes in our lives plans change, it can still be okay. It can still be a joyful thing because God is in control of all of our plans, big and small, and He is working all things together to be a part of His good plan for each of our lives. So no matter what happens, we can choose to have joy in every situation because God has a plan for each and every one of us. Will you pray with me? Dear God, we know that you are working in our lives. Help us to find joy in every situation. Amen.